One day at one residence, and they took it up. The next morning, it was located there again.
A strange discovery for some people living in a central Kentucky community, but tonight, investigators have solved an unusual mystery.
The husband of a woman charged with driving a 7-year-old to the hospital while high says he has an explanation for what really happened.
Police say he acted improperly. Tonight we're learning more about a Lexington police officer suspended for his behavior while making an arrest.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening to you. He is supposed to help enforce the law, but tonight a Lexington officer is facing charges after police say he acted improperly while making an arrest last month.
Officer James Norris is on paid leave. He faces charges of harassment and misconduct. Our Garrett Weimer is live in downtown Lexington, outside police headquarters. In our top story at 6,
he's commendation from his superiors and from the public make up much of Officer James Norris's personnel file. But one recent incident has Officer Norris suspended after a police investigation. Police tell us they found that Officer Norris, quote, with intent to harass and intimidate, had forceful physical contact with the suspect while he made an arrest on January 13th. Norris now faces charges of harassment with physical contact, no injury, and second-degree official misconduct. Both of those charges are misdemeanors. Norris's file does not show any previous complaints against him. Now, Officer Norris has been stripped of all of his police responsibilities and is now on paid leave until his case goes through the court systems or until police administration determines his future with the police department. Live in downtown Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Garrett, thank you. In a statement, the Division of Police says, quote, Lexington police leadership takes very seriously reports of officer behavior that does not meet agency standards and guidelines.
Police say she overdosed in front of her 7-year-old son. Tonight, a mother and her friend are facing charges. Police say the child's mother was rushed to the hospital, and then when her friend drove her son to see his mother, police say she was arrested for being high on pills. Victor Puente has more on the charges these two women face in this Crime Tracker report.
When police and paramedics arrived at the Quality Quarters Inn Wednesday morning, they found 35-year-old Anita Clements unconscious. Her arrest citation says she was revived and taken to the hospital.
I actually opened up the door when the cops knocked.
It also says she admitted to taking heroin. Steve Morrison was one of the people who was with her. He says it was simply a seizure.
I don't know why they're saying she overdosed. I really don't.
While Anita Clements was being taken to the hospital, her boyfriend, Anthony Salyers, was being arrested. His citation shows he had an active warrant out of Fayette County. But that wouldn't be their last arrest. On Thursday, Diana Byards, Morrison's wife, took Clements' 7-year-old son to the hospital because he couldn't stop coughing. Staff at the hospital called police stating Byards was high. Her arrest citation says she admitted to taking Percocet.
To be truthful, I don't know. I'm not going to say she was, I'm not going to say she wasn't, you know, because when she left here, she was fine.
While questioning Byard, police realized that Clements' son also lived at the hotel and was present when his mother was hospitalized. That led to charges against Clements. She's charged with wanton endangerment, endangering the welfare of a minor, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Byard is charged with public intoxication and endangering the welfare of a minor. She had just gotten out of jail on theft and shoplifting charges.
She has some problems, but she just got out on bond. I just bonded her out Monday night, and they're saying she's high. I don't believe it.
In Madison County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The owner of that hotel says that Clements and her family had lived in that room since August. Tonight, we are learning a Scott County man charged with murder could face the death penalty. Today, the Commonwealth's attorney filed a motion to seek the death penalty against Nicholas Willinger. Willinger is accused of beating retired school bus driver Sue Jones to death in 2010. A status hearing was scheduled for May 1st, and a trial date has been set for January 11th of 2016.
The sister of a Lexington murder victim says she wants the death penalty for the man charged in that case. And that came after a hearing today for Matthew Donahue, who's charged with murder and animal abuse. He's accused of putting his roommate's dog in a hot oven, causing multiple burns. The dog belonged to his boyfriend, Todd Schumacher, the same man he's accused of killing. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy is at the live desk with the latest on both these cases, the animal abuse case and the murder investigation. Kristen?
Sam, during today's hearing on Donaghy's animal abuse charges, the judge ruled that he undergo a psychiatric evaluation. The decision doesn't sit well with Amy Schumacher.
I was prepared that was going to happen, but not happy with it.
Amy Schumacher considers the judge's decision to give Matthew Donaghy a psychiatric evaluation a way for the 20-year-old to drag out his case and his current charges. Lexington police say Donaghy stabbed and killed his boyfriend Todd Schumacher back in January. Months before he died, officers charged Donaghy with the care and treatment of animals charge. They say he put Schumacher's dog in a hot oven, causing severe burns.
He was a little shepherd, Aussie Shepherd and Beagle mix, and he was just a cute little thing, and Todd took him everywhere with him, in the truck, to work, to family and friends. He just went everywhere with him. He was just like his right-hand buddy.
Friday morning, Donaghy answered to the care and treatment of animals charge. He'll be back in court again next month, and Todd's sister plans to be there however hard it is for her to make sure justice is served.
He hurt a dog, a beloved friend of my brother's, and he took my brother's life. Seeks the ultimate penalty.
Schumacher is still hopeful animal control officers will be able to figure out what happened to her brother's dog, Monroe. That, she says, would give her family some closure. At the live desk, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Kristen, thank you. Donaghy will be back in court for a pretrial conference on March 27th.
A Central Kentucky man will spend years in prison for killing his girlfriend. Brian Reed admitted to killing Gypsy Reyes during a fight at her Frankfort apartment in May of 2013. Today, a judge sentenced him to 20 years in prison for first-degree manslaughter. Reyes' family says even though Reed got the maximum sentence, they're not satisfied with the outcome.
The fact that he gets to be free in 20 years and I never get my sister back, we never get to see our nieces anymore because the courts won't let us see them.
Reed was also sentenced to 12 months for violating an emergency protective order. He and Reyes have a child together.
It was a mysterious situation that had some people concerned. People living in a Central Kentucky community say someone was nailing empty pill bottles into the ground in front of their homes. Here's a picture of one of those empty bottles. Deputies have been working all day trying to figure out why they are showing up in some people's front yards. Tonight, Phil Pendleton is in Lincoln County with the answers to this bizarre situation.
Thursday afternoon, the Lincoln County Sheriff started getting calls about mysterious discoveries along Kentucky Highway 2141.
Pill bottle that has actually been cut in half.
The inside was wrapped in aluminum foil and the bottle half was nailed into the ground.
Well, I just thought it was a prank.
Jason Robbins was among those concerned.
And wasn't sure if it's something to do with, targeting the kids, because we had teenage kids in high school, and all the houses that are in front of the same situation, they all have teenage kids.
Kind of a strange situation.
The sheriff said he received nearly a half-dozen calls about the strange items, and he thought possibly the homes were being marked.
We have got some ex-patrol in that area and attempting to find out who's putting these markers down and why.
As it turns out, Lincoln County school officials say it was simply a bus driver marking his route. They say it wasn't pill bottles, but vitamin containers. The foil was put in to catch the light of the headlights in the pre-dawn hours.
It sounds better than the drug relation, but still a little unsettling.
Robbins and others spent hours worrying about the discoveries.
I think that's the biggest problem, is the lack of communication. I mean, if someone needs help finding where they're going, let somebody know.
Lincoln County school officials say the markers were simply put down by a new bus driver to learn where to stop and pick up children. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The Lincoln County Sheriff said the case was very unique and that he cannot remember ever working on anything like this before.
We have a scam alert to pass along to you tonight. State police want to warn people about a phone scam. Police say the scammers call asking for donations for fallen police officers. We're told the caller claims to work for Kentucky State Police. Victims say the caller identifies himself as Rick, calling from a 270 area code. Police are reminding people not to give out any personal or banking information.
We are looking ahead to a beautiful weekend here in the Bluegrass. Plenty of sunshine and much milder temperatures.
Should be a good one, but we are also tracking a little chance for some showers at the end of our weekend. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has a first look now at your forecast.
Yeah, guys, pretty much nailed it already. Starting things out on a milder weather note compared to this same point yesterday, with temperatures roughly 10 to 15 degrees warmer than we were at 6 o'clock on your Thursday. A little look outside with those numbers. 14 degrees warmer in Lexington and into Richmond, and that equates to mid and upper 30s as of right now. We did top out into the low 40s in most areas, but now that the sun is setting, it's going to be a drop toward the low 30s over the next few hours. Northern, northeastern parts of the area, wondering what all the fuss is about. You barely made it above freezing. Out and about this evening, upper 30s to around 30 by the time we're coming home around 11 o'clock or so this evening. So not as cold as last night, still plenty chilly enough with a mix of some stars and some clouds out there. Those clouds are coming at us on a northwesterly wind flow, at least upstairs. Surface winds are now beginning to come at us from the south and southwest. So the overcast conditions that we have now will eventually be replaced by much better weather just in time for your Saturday. Sunshine will take hold, gusty winds boosting those temperatures way up there. But as Amber mentioned, late day showers and some changes coming up for Sunday. Guys, that'll introduce us into a roller coaster temperature ride for your 7-day outlook that I will share with you coming up here in just a matter of minutes.
All right, Chris, we'll see you then. But with warmer weather in the forecast for now, many of us are thinking ahead to spring, and the annual Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show can give you some ideas for that warmer weather.
And right now the show is going strong at Heritage Hall and Rupp Arena. Once again this year, you'll be able to zip line across Rupp, and there's a youth archery challenge and a petting zoo. What else do you want? Meteorologist Jim Caldwell joins us live from the boat show. Jim?
Yeah, you can do a lot of things over here. You're right. You mentioned some of the good stuff that will draw the kids in. And right now there's a fishing demonstration underway just off to my right. So you got plenty of stuff. And the kids can get in, and they can get in the kayaks as well, just like this little guy just did. But we as grown-ups, we come into this place and we're like, ooh, I want one of those. Ooh, I want one of those. But the kids, when they come in here, we can all be like kids because we're like, oh, wow, I'd like to get one of those too. So here's what we've got for you.
What I will do. Right now we've got a pool out here. That way we can let anybody try the sport of kayaking. It's a great sport to let people experience nature in a way they may not have been able to experience it before. So this gives people kind of the chance to try it out even though it's below freezing outside.
Below freezing outside as it was, especially early this morning, so you can get out and enjoy it. Remember, it goes through 9 o'clock tonight, tomorrow from 9 till 9, and then on Sunday from 10 until 5, so a little shorter window. So get out and try to enjoy it some point this weekend. Maybe Sunday's your thing with that rain, especially approaching the area, changing the forecast up a little bit. I've heard a lot of people here, all right, complain about Chris Bailey, and they said, hey, we want more snow. Could you throw him in that pool over there? And I said, I would love to. But he chickened out and didn't show up over here today, guys. But I'm not calling him out or anything here. You know, I wouldn't do that to him at all.
We want to know why you're not in the kayak showing us how it works.
Well, you know, I really thought long and hard about it, but I didn't want to get this tie dirty or wet, so I decided just to stay just like this, okay?
I'm calling chicken on that one.
A little bit.
Thank you, Jim. And as Jim mentioned, it's not too late if you wanted the chance to see the Sport, Boat, and Recreation Show.
Yeah, and that show runs through Sunday, and you can go to WKYT.com for information on ticket prices and all the hours. Still to come here on WKYT, the latest flu numbers are out. Up next, we'll tell you how many cases are now being reported.